Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. Right back with another Mango request. And he says that in a brilliant marketing campaign, Tina Turner's songs, What You Get Is What You See and Simply the Best became the anthems of Rugby League in Australia. Looking back at Tina Turner's incredible Australian moments, that's what we're fixing to bring up here. Let's get into the intro and right into the video. Here we go, y'all.
Eight Grammys, more than 100 million album sales, dozens of chart-topping hits. Today, the world is mourning the loss of a true rock legend, Tina Turner, who passed away after a long health battle. She was a giant on the world stage, but few places cherished her as much as us, right here in Australia.
What do you get when you cross the Queen of Rock and Roll with the Kings of Rugby League? You're simply an iconic moment in Aussie history, that's what. The year was 1989 and Tina was at the top of her game when she became the unlikely face of footy.
She introduced women into the game, children into the game, and it was just that real funky, sexy, real good energy that she brought out.
Unsurprisingly, pairing a music icon with a bunch of shirtless footy players became an instant smash hit.
Just full of energy this lady had, and you just knew that, you know, that it was royalty in the room.
Tina's status as an honorary Aussie cemented as she performed alongside Jimmy Barnes and at the 93 Grand Final. But her links to the land down under don't end there.
She is one hell of a lady. Here is Tina Turner with Ball of Confusion. Go, Tina!
When Tina's career bombed in the wake of her divorce from abusive ex-husband Ike Turner, it was Aussie manager Roger Davies who reinvented her, sparking one of the biggest comebacks in music history.
So when I did a special with Olivia Newton-John and met Roger, I knew that he was the one to manage me.
He was really the project manager of the comeback album, Private Dancer. Just before that was all happening, she was touring Australia. She was playing in the RSL clubs, even out in the regional areas.
And when she made the move onto the silver screen in the cult flick Mad Max,
I say that this man has broken the law.
It was courtesy of Aussie director George Miller, who crafted the role of Auntie Entity just for her.
We were writing it. We needed somebody who was very regal, very powerful. We kept on saying, oh, someone like Tina Turner.
A role which spawned this absolute banger. Speaking of bangers, Australia took the Nutbush and made it our own. Men, women and children moved by those all too familiar beats in a true blue tradition performed only in this country.
I still have fun, actually, especially here in Australia, because the kids made a dance for the last trip, and it's still going strong.
That really became a centrepiece for Tina Turner on her subsequent Australian tours after that. It was a song that she had to play and would always play.
Tina Turner's Aussie influence stretching from the dance floor to the movies, to the sporting arena and beyond. She was 83.
John Quayle was the Rugby League boss at the time that his code joined forces with Tina Turner, and he joins us now. John, first up, what was Tina Turner like?
Well, I think that was the wonderful thing about the whole campaign. She was such a professional and humble and just engaging woman. It's why when you see some of those shots that we did, a lot of the times of direction where she was given a script, the script went out the door because she created so much of her ownness with the players, and that's why I think, along with the music, along with what she was like, made it the iconic advertising campaign that it became.
Oh, she was such a force of nature. How did you come up with the idea to team up an American rock and roll goddess who had never seen a game of rugby league before to be the face of rugby league in Australia?
The theme was to try and make the game a little more sexy, if I can use that word, because that was the word back then, to take the players off the field, take their jumpers off and give a new environment to the viewer. And as it was finally about to be released, people started asking the question, why would the Rugby League be using a black American grandmother to promote its game? And that debate all ended once the commercial was seen. But we were able, Roger Davies, who's naturally an Australian and led at that stage Tina's campaign, when we discussed it with him, he wasn't that keen, but then he told us we had a day in London if we wanted to give it a shot. So I got on a plane with footballs and football jumpers and an old VHS tapes of Rugby League to show Tina what it was all about. And within a very short few days, we were able to secure the rights of that wonderful anthem, Simply the Best, and Tina, with Rugby League for the next 7 years.
What did she make of the game of Rugby League when you first showed it to her?
Well, she couldn't understand why they had no padding to start with, because she's used to American football. I told her they were all good looking. I told her they were all very tough. And, you know, and I think she laughed at a lot of those comments, and especially when she met Gavin and Cliffy, because I was after Andrew Eddinghausen, who at the time was the best good-looking footballer in the nation. He was, and Andrew couldn't make that particular day. So I ended up with Gavin and Cliffy, who weren't the best-looking footballers, but as soon as they met Tina, she just made them and everyone feel so warm about it.
It's one thing for her to, have an Australian manager and agree to do this thing in a far-off country, but it's another for her to be received so warmly in Australia. There's the stuff with Mad Max, the fact that Nutbush is a particularly Australian thing, this becoming just such a cultural monument, I guess, in Australian popular culture. What was it about her that meant that Australians could relate to her so easily?
Well, I think in the 60s and early 70s, with Ike and Tina Turner, she used to come to Australia probably every 3 years and do the club circuit. And I think that she had a massive following here in Australia, because when the agency was doing the research on all of this, of who can we use an Australian to sing a Tina Turner song, the research said no one can sing a song like Tina Turner. And I think there was an audience here. But I think, again, the rise of sport marketing, the rise of the television coverage of it all. And as I said earlier on, I think the way that the production team got her to mingle and be so open and enjoying that related, as soon as people saw those commercials, they related to it. And I think that was good for both of us at that particular time.
Hey, John, everyone's talking about the Nutbush and how the dance is only an Aussie thing. When did you last bust out the Nutbush moves?
Oh, Sarah, I would much rather be watching you do those dances than me talking about it.
Come on, John, there must have been a wedding or something you've done
kidding.
No, John, you might rather that, but we would rather watch you do it.
Have a go, John.
As far as dance moves, singing Simply the Best, I must say after grand final parties it happened quite often, but no one could do it like Tina.
I'm sure, but we want to see you do it, John, and that footage will be up later in the show. Look, mate, it's a sad day, but it's also joyous in the memories that I think are being shared today in so many ways. So thank you for helping us with that tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Breaking our own world record of Nutbush dancing, but we're the only ones who do it.
I only found that out today, that the rest of the world isn't doing the Nutbush.
Look at this!
No one. So this was a year ago, July 2022. 4,084 keen revellers boot-scooted their way around the red dirt of the Birdsville Music Festival. They almost doubled the last world record.
Really?
And where's the dance come from?
So there's a lot of theories. I think one of the theories is about a school teacher who wanted to have it as part of the curriculum decades ago, and so kind of put it together. Tina Turner did not make that dance up, and she never did it.
It was terrible choreo, wasn't it? It's terrible choreo.
It's great choreo because anyone could do it.
You haven't even learnt it.
No, do you know why? Because I remember being at parties and stuff, and this would start, and I was like, Why is no one? It was like a joke I wasn't in on. And why didn't know? Maybe I wasn't in Queensland at the time. Anyway, the point you make about this is our contribution to the world, people.
I love
So we have to get behind it. They are attempting to break the record yet again. This is the time to do it. So from the 4th to the 6th of July this year, at the very same Birdsville Music Festival, they're going to have a crack at beating 4,084.
Are you going to go do your first one?
Maybe I've got time to learn it.
Yeah,
this is a good point.
I reckon you could learn if you put your mind to it.
Yeah. So that was a great tribute to Tina Turner. And I didn't realize she did all that for Australia or with Australia, however you want to say it. But it's apparent that Australia loved their Tina Turner as much as she was loved up here, apparently. And yeah, it's a shame that, you know, every one of us is only here for a short time. And bless Tina's heart, she left us, I guess, a couple of years ago now. But she was such a ball of energy, man. Whenever she performed, she just gave it her all. All right, well, that's going to do it for me, y'all. Till I see y'all again, I'll catch you down the road. And yeah, all right, bye, y'all.